Welcome. Welcome to Thoughts Roundup. How nice it is to be with you again today. We have Brother Ryan French.
Yes, sir.
The Ryan French. We're glad to have you, my friend.
It's my privilege.
Now, I know you do a lot of stuff online and so forth and you get up into the millions and all that, hits and all that. But just come down here with me just a minute.
No, but we're going up today. That's what we're doing.
No. Hey, I like your hat.
Thank you. The more hair I lose, the more hats I get.
Now that worked, won't it?
It does.
Yeah. Well, you know, I notice on this stuff that I'm doing on this video thing, I notice my hair is gone. It's gone way back. So there's not anything you can do about it. I'll tell you how you can check it. The floor checks it when it hits the ground.
Well, if I could be 88 and have that much hair, I'd be so thrilled.
Well, thank you. Oh, you told my age. They thought I was 50.
Oh, well, he's been lying to you all this time. He just turned 88, which happy birthday, by the way.
Well, thank you. Birthday was yesterday. And I was 88. Man, I'm glad to have you here with me. I've enjoyed the church today, to be with you and everything. I've been looking forward to coming, to tell you the truth. I don't know why you did, and you have waited so long to ask me to come.
It's Dad's fault.
It's his fault.
That's what it is.
Yeah. That's what we'll say. Well, I'll tell you what. Let me get this out of my ear. This woman's talking in my ear just a minute. Well, now, tell me your position in the church and so forth, and just be honest about it. You don't have to be nice.
Well, I'm the associate pastor and janitor.
And janitor?
And coffee getter.
I heard something about we had a good janitor, but I didn't hear that.
No one said anything about the great associate pastor, did they?
No. Everybody loves you and your wife. They love y'all. And I've always loved all the Frenches. They're top in my book.
Well, I was telling the church even before you came, and we were talking about Brother Tony in our church, a young minister who's up and coming.
Yeah.
And
is that the one that helped me with the
He
books?
helped you with your books today, and his testimony is amazing. And I was talking to him about ministry, and everyone I ever talk to about ministry, I always tell a Marlerism.
Well,
because so many of the little bits of advice that I got when I was first starting out, they came from you.
Thank you.
Or you told Dad and then he told me. And then he took the credit for it. But I knew it was coming from... No, I'm just kidding. And so I tell a lot of Marlerisms to people on a regular... And I give you credit for it, too.
Well, that's so nice. That's so nice. Well, what's the... the church is grown. I couldn't believe how many people y'all have.
Yeah, we're so thankful. I get tickled whenever a pastor, because everywhere you preach, and I don't know if how honest you are on the, maybe you want to
try to be.
But when you preach for people, they always sidle up to you and say, half our church is out today.
Half my church is out. Yeah.
That's true.
The flu, got the flu.
Yeah, 8 families called this morning,
Vacation.
All the vacations. And so, because I evangelized for many years, and that happened to me so much, I made a pact with myself when I came here that I'm not going to tell every guest minister, hey, half our church was gone. But we had a good crowd today, but just being honest with you, we had a lot of folks out. And I thought, and I was thinking, when we do get them all in there from time to time, we're getting full. So
that shows how long I've been not coming around so much, and because it was a big crowd to me today, but over what it used to be. And I remember the first time I came here when your dad first took over the church.
Very small.
It's
Yeah.
very small.
I think averaging 30 or 40 or something.
Yes, and the microphone you couldn't even hear. Only one
Yeah.
microphone you couldn't
Oh,
hear.
don't remind me of that. Those were tough days.
But the church had some good days.
Oh, absolutely. And you know, the building was paid for, and we thank God for it. Do you find that it's, I'm asking you this.
Yeah.
Do you find that it's true, sometimes you'll go to a church where, you know, it'll seat 1,000,
Yeah,
but there'll be 300 people there.
Yeah.
And 300's a great crowd.
great crowd.
But when you put it in a room that can seat 1,000,
Yeah,
it does something mentally to you, doesn't it?
yeah, it does. It does. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Most 500 crowds, when they use most of, let's make it 2.5 a lot of times.
Right.
Yeah, no, but it's okay. It's okay. And there are times through the year that they do have a super crowd, and
Sure.
and let's just face it, we're 2 or 3. Anything past 2 or 3, God's church is 2 or 3.
That's right. That's so true. Oh, that'll preach.
Yeah, that'll preach.
2 or 3.
Yeah, and so anyway, y'all got any thoughts of building, or your home, or this it?
Well,
You don't really need a new building, do you?
you know what we really need, and what we've kind of started the process of talking about a little bit, is, you know, our Sunday school, the way our building was built, our sanctuary could be packed, but our Sunday school classes are like overflowing.
Oh, is that right?
And so what we run into is we don't have large enough Sunday school classrooms.
Well, now that's going to hinder you.
Right. And so what we've talked about doing is we have a gym, for those that don't know. We have a gymnasium, and talked about remodeling the gym and making it like a 2-story Sunday school complex.
Yeah.
And maybe even put a Christian school there.
Oh,
and then build on our, because we have quite a few acres. You can't tell because the woods kind of go, and we'd have to cut woods down, but we're talking, we'd like to eventually build like a family life complex with the, you know, a dining hall and gym and all that.
Yeah.
But that would be a secondary.
Well, I'll tell you what, with the people you've got and the music program that you have,
Yes.
that's super.
Yeah, my brother Nathan, he's incredible.
He's
and his
good.
wife.
And your wife.
And my wife is
Oh, she's
absolutely incredible.
Yeah, she's
You know, she was a minister of music for
Yeah.
Brother Calhoun.
Yeah.
For
I used
many
to
years.
preach there whenever she was there.
Yeah,
And,
you knew her before I did.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, I'll tell you what, I've been wanting to, have you got anything you want to just throw in here before we, just anything you want to say? I don't care what.
Yeah. Well, you know, I would say that whoever is listening, if you're in any kind of ministry, don't be weary in well-doing, and don't despise the small things.
That's
because,
it.
You know, the amazing thing about ministry is everybody wants it to be the, you know, the pulpit, or
Yeah.
you know, or the excitement or the confetti, but 99.9% of ministry is just doing the daily work
Daily work of God.
and
yeah.
the little things.
Now tell me about your podcast. We don't want to forget.
Yeah, so Apostolic Voice, you can. I'm not fancy. It's not a video podcast like yours, but
Oh, sure. You get thousands of hits, and
well, you know, listen.
this is old peanut butter and jelly
That's not
sandwiches.
But you can go to Apostolic Voice. It's on all of the platforms, YouTube. Even though you can't watch it, you're listening to it on YouTube. But iTunes and Overcast and Spotify.
Why don't you bring that up and put it where you watch it? Why don't you?
Right, I'm trying to get all of it out there as best I can. And also, you can go to ryanafrench.com, and that's the blog, which is where I kind of... The reason my podcast...
You go to what?
My blog.
No, but what's it called?
Ryan. It's called Apostolic Voice as well.
Okay.
But the website is ryanafrench.com.
ryanafrench.com.
And you talk about my podcast, but really the blog I've been doing for 10 years now. And I did the blog, and like one person would read an article. Talk about doing things and just keeping going.
Yeah.
2 people would read it and be discouraging, and
Yeah.
write something, and 3 people would read it. And, but then one day, I wrote an article about why I believe we should still dress our best for church.
Yeah, okay.
And, I didn't condemn anyone to hell or anything like that, but I just said we should wear our best. And I said, my grandpa told me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. My grandpa told me, if your best is overalls, then wear your best to
I
church.
think that's just right.
Yeah.
I think you ought to wear your best. If you got a suit, wear a suit.
That's
tie.
your best. Right.
You go into church.
Right.
But, like you say, if overalls is all you got, well, just do that.
Put your best ones on.
Yeah. Now, I got a little confession. I don't know the difference between a podcast and
A blog?
a blog.
So blog is writing.
Oh, a blog is writing.
Just articles, but they're online.
Well, I've had people tell me you're the best at it.
Well, I don't know about that, but I do really enjoy it.
Well, are people still reading?
Yeah, people still.
More than they listen?
Well, no, now it's kind of moved.
Moved
but,
over.
But what I was saying is, because my blog audience was so large, that when I started the podcast, I already had,
Yeah.
and it just
Had some people.
They work together. So I've been blessed. with
Well, now is your service, your church service online? Can they pick it up?
that. Yeah.
How would they do that?
Well, you could go to YouTube and look up Apostolic Tabernacle, or you could go.
Now, well, there's probably a lot of apostolic tabernacles. So what we're at, how would you?
But we're the best one.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm just kidding.
No.
Brother Sam Emery, who pastors in California.
Yeah.
His church is called Apostolic Tabernacle.
So how would you get this one?
So probably the best way would be to go to apptabupc.com. That's our church website.
You young kids make me sick. Aptab. What does that have to do with the price of eggs in China?
I love this because I've been telling the church lately, I just turned 40 this year.
Yeah.
And I'm about to fall over. But I get around Brother O.C. Marler and I'm a young kid.
Oh.
And then I get around my kids and I'm an old man. So I'm right in that place where I don't know what I am.
I remember when y'all used to come in my office at IBC and stay with me for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd have a good time.
You have that old saddle in there. I used to love
That
that.
old saddle, get on that saddle a little bit.
Yeah.
Ride a little bit. Well, it's so nice to have been with you today.
Well, thank
all
you.
day, and
I love you.
I enjoyed the pizza that we had. And all
We
that.
always treat people high class.
High on the hog. Okay. God bless you.
God bless you.
Thank you for being with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening.